and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361 for pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. 256-245-4361, North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. That's Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Dexter Blackman, age 74, of Sylacauga, died Sunday. Visitation for Mr. Blackman will be Thursday from 5 till 8 o'clock at Curtis and Son Childersburg Chapel. Funeral service will follow on Friday at 2 p.m. from Curtis and Son Funeral Home with burial in the Green Hill Memorial Gardens. All services will be officiated by the Reverend Mark Deason. Online condolences at curtisandsonfunerals.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel directing. Mr. Franklin McNeely, age 74, died June the 20th. Funeral arrangements to be announced by Community Funeral Home in Sylacauga. Funeral service for Hicksy Lee Vickers, age 89, of Sylacauga, will be today at 4:30 from the Chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home, with Brother Junior Owings and Brother Doug Williams officiating. Burial in the Marble City Cemetery. Mrs. Vickers died Friday, June 17th at Goodwater Nursing Home. Visitation today, 3:30 to 4:30 at the funeral home. Radley Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga directing. LaDavian Morris, age 36, died June 17th. Community Funeral Home announcing. And Billy Ray Thomas, age 57, died June 19th. Community Funeral Home, 511 Edgewood Drive, Sylacauga, announcing. Online condolences at communityfuneralhome.org. Funeral service for Donna Blanchard, age 64, will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. from Odina Baptist Church with Dr. Danny Corson officiating. Burial in the Odina Baptist Church Cemetery. Mrs. Blanchard died Saturday, June 18th at Princeton Baptist Medical Center. Visitation Wednesday 1 until 2 at the church. In lieu of flowers, donation can be sent to the Odina Baptist Church. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga in charge of the arrangements. Linda Ellis Burton, age 74, of Talladega, died June the 15th. Celebration of life will be held Saturday, June 25th at First Baptist Church in Talladega at 11 o'clock. Visitation from 10 until 11. In lieu of flowers, donation can be made to the First Baptist Church, P.O. Box 696, Talladega 35161, or to the Ark of North Talladega County, P.O. Box 853, Talladega, or at Rainbow Omega, P.O. Box 740, East Aboga 36260, Ursery Funeral Home, Talladega directing. Mr. Eddie H. Heath, age 78, funeral service will be on June 24th at 11 a.m. from Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary. Visitation on Thursday from 1 until 7, also at Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary, Terry's Mortuary in Talladega directing. The family of Maddie Nolan, age 92, announces her passing on June the 20th. Funeral arrangements to be announced by Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary. Mr. Emerus Aaron Bowen, age 82, formerly of Pell City, died on Friday. Funeral service will be 2 o'clock Saturday, June 25th at Mineral Springs Baptist Church in Pell City. Interment in the Bowman Cemetery. Visitation at Mineral Springs Baptist Church on Saturday from 1 until service time. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home, Pell City directing. Celebration of life, remembering the life of Mr. Milton L. Bill Thomby of Lincoln, will be today at 1 o'clock from S.M. Goodson Funeral Home Chapel with Pastor Shalanda Keller officiating. Interment in the Pine Grove Church Cemetery. S.M. Goodson Funeral Home and Crematory, Talladega directing. Celebration remembering the life of Mrs. Levy Jemison of Munford will be today at 1 o'clock from Hall Grove Missionary Baptist Church in Munford. Pastor Earl Moss officiating. Interment in the church cemetery. S.M. Goodson Funeral Home directing. And celebration remembering the life of Mr. Jimmy McNeil, age 70, will be Wednesday at 11 a.m. from Lane's Chapel Cemetery. S.M. Goodson Funeral Home Crematory in charge of the funeral arrangements. This obituary report this morning courtesy of Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg for pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. It's Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.